This is why you always trust the weather forecast, guys. We were promised sun, so sun is what we get. That is a serious drop off the edge there. Kind of terrifying. Look at that, man. Wow. That is absolutely insane. Welcome back, everyone. You join me in the beautiful Glen Feshie. Me and my mate are heading deep into the mountains for an overnight camp in one of Scotland's most beautiful glens. Come along for the adventure. We're starting on a gravel road, and then I think we're heading towards those mountains just in the distance there. And it seems quite gloomy, but the forecast says it's going to clear. And it's clearing up a little bit over there. So yeah, we'll get this little bit of road walking done and then head up into the mountains. So this is the Cairngorms National Park that we're in, and it's been a while since I've been here, so I'm really excited to be back. Today is a fairly big day. I think it's about 15 or 16 miles. We're hoping to do 2 Munros, which are fairly remote, and then I think we'll drop down off the Munros and find somewhere to camp in Glen Feshie. So yeah, I'm really excited for it. It's amazing to be back out. And the weather does seem like it's clearing up a little bit. So yeah, we'll continue on and hopefully the view should be pretty amazing. We have come off of the road back in that direction and just look at Glen Feshie. It's absolutely stunning. The mountains in the distance look pretty amazing, and it's a lot more forested than some other glens I've been in, which I think adds something to it. And we're heading in this direction. Hopefully the weather clears up a little bit. The track seems to be narrowing a wee bit. Heading up into this forest. This is such a nice wee path through the woods. It's just so peaceful. And you just get glimpses of the mountains through the trees. Absolutely amazing. It's actually really warm. It's probably only about 4 or 5 degrees Celsius, but as soon as you start heading uphill, you warm up so easily, so I've had to take a couple layers off. But look at this place. The view is all the way down Glen Feshie, which we're going to be camping in. Amazing. It's not too steep yet. Seems like a fairly gradual ascent, and you can actually probably make out the path on the side of that hill there, and we're heading up in that direction. It's quite clouded over right now, which is a shame, but the views down there are unbelievable down Glen Feshie. Yeah, we'll head up in that direction and hopefully it clears by the time we get up there. We started off the day at about 350 metres above sea level, and I think we're heading up to just over 1100 as the tallest one for today. So it's not actually too much elevation wise, but it's quite far distance wise, which I think that's why it's quite gradual. But you won't see me complaining about that. I think we've been done dirty here by the weather forecast. If anything, it looks more cloudy. And then down into Glen Feshie, almost looks like there's some rain in the glen. We have been done dirty. I might just be being a little bit too optimistic right now, but is it clearing a little bit? Has it brightened up a little bit? I don't know. I think I might just be chatting rubbish. Yeah, I think I might be chatting rubbish. It is still very cloudy over there. I think it's actually raining now as well. There's a wee sort of shelter here, which is really cool when the weather gets pretty horrible, as it often does up here. But yeah, I think I'll continue on. Still got a bit of hope, but it is dwindling. This is why you always trust the weather forecast, guys. We were promised sun, so sun is what we get. No, I'm kidding on. The weather forecast chat's a load of rubbish. This was meant to be clear skies, and instead we are stuck inside a cloud. But oh well, still great fun to be out, and I'm not giving up yet. At least the path is still really good. It's amazing how good the paths are in the Cairngorms. Makes it just that little bit easier. Bit more snow up here, as you would expect. I think we're up at like 900 metres above sea level. That's where we've come from. And there's not much to see up here other than flag. But we're not too far from the first Monroe. It's actually really opened up now. Gonna need to be quick because we'll probably be back in the clag. But this is the first views we've had pretty much all day. Really nice. As you can see, it's pretty much clagged in every other direction. But that looks pretty menacing over that way. And I think that must be the summit just up ahead. So we're not too far at all. At least we got a view. You can see there's some more blue skies up there as well. But if that's the only view we get for the rest of the day, I'll take it. Because it's really windy, it is just coming and going. Look at that now though. It's just so vast, the Cairngorms. Oh, you can actually see where we've come from now as well. Amazing. Right, let's get up to the summit of the first Monroe. That wind is brutal. Well, here we are at the top of the first Monroe, and what about this for luck? The views have opened up, and look at this view. That is a steep edge down there. I think that's down to Loch Enoch or Loch Enoch. Proper windy up here. Look at that, man. Wow. That is absolutely insane. So this is Scorgui, and I think it's 1118 metres tall. It is very windy and very cold up here, but we have got so lucky with the views. Look at that drop behind me. That is some serious stuff. Oh man, what a place. That is a serious drop off the edge there. Kind of terrifying. But the views down there are insane. It looks like it might be clagging up again, unfortunately, because it's very cloudy over there. So just going to enjoy this view. Absolutely incredible. We have just left the summit of Scorgui, just back in that direction, and man, it was cold up there. Because it's quite high up, really exposed, the wind is just brutal. It's died down a little bit now that we're on this plateau, but still pretty windy. Doesn't look too far to the second and final Munro of the day though. It's nice to actually be able to see the route ahead now. You can see the path just sort of heading over this plateau, and I'm not sure what hill the Munro actually is. It might be that one in the distance there, but not 100% sure. Doesn't look too far though. Looks like there's another little shelter here. It's pretty cool. Be interested to know why these were built, because as you can see it's in the middle of nowhere. I wonder if it's purely just for hikers to take refuge when the weather's dodgy. But you can see where we're heading now. I think that might be the next Munro, just in the forefront there. Right, let's do it. Enough of that rubbish. Well, here we are. This is the summit of Mullach Clach a Blair. I think it's pronounced. I think it's 1,019 metres tall, and it has to be one of the easier Munros in the Cairngorms. It was pretty gradual, and there's not too much descent and reascent from Scorgui. You can see just how far we've come, all the way in the distance. That is Scorgui, and then that's back into the Cairngorms. Pretty amazing, and the sun has actually stayed out, which is really nice, warming us up. I take back everything I said about the weather forecast. It's pretty much got it spot on, but we're not going to hang about because it is pretty cold up here with the wind. Just going to head back to the bags and then hopefully find somewhere to camp in Glen Feshy. And the wind has picked up again. It's seriously windy, but we managed to drop the bags, I think somewhere over there, so go ahead and pick them up and then drop back down where hopefully it's not quite as windy. It's currently about 4 PM and the sun sets just after 6, which means we've got about 2 hours to get off this mountain and find a camp spot, which should be more than enough time, especially with how gentle this descent is. You can probably actually make out the track following the side of that hill and all the way down into Glen Feshy. Look at that. Wow, what a view. Right, let's go and find a spot to camp. I'd done maybe 150. Yeah. I just got out of hand. I was like, oh, this is taking far too long. What is he saying?
Do you reckon our Bender Rain the only one that you've done with me and without me?
Must be.
I can't think of one that was
Yeah.
active to it this year. But I think I have
A rolling haggis with brown sauce. And that is the view. Can you beat it? We've been joined by a random dog. Doesn't seem to have a collar on. And I can't see the owner anywhere. But he's alone in Glen Feshy. Hopefully the owner comes pretty soon. Some really nice colours to the sky in that direction. This is the River Feshy, and the moon looks pretty cool tonight. Just up there. But yeah, we're just gonna chill out and enjoy the rest of this light before it gets dark. Good morning everyone. It is a beautiful morning here in Glen Feshy. The tents are just over there and I slept like a baby with the sound of the river next to you. Is just unbelievably peaceful. Yeah, what a place. Feels amazing to wake up somewhere like this. I feel really lucky, to be honest. And the air as well, it's just like the freshest air you'll ever smell. What a place. This is the view we've woken up to in Glen Feshy. Wow, blue skies, amazing. And the tents are just over there, so nice and sheltered by all these trees. But I'm going to take you a little bit further along the river because you can see deeper into the glen. I mean, wow. What about that for a morning view? That is just insane. And this river has some of the clearest water I think I've ever seen. Look how clear that is. You can just see right through it. And then we'll just look at that view. Wow. I've seen many people say that this is one of the most beautiful glens in Scotland and that it's their favourite, and I completely agree. I've been here a couple times now and every time I come back I'm absolutely blown away. It's just like, it's so much more forested than other glens in Scotland, which I think gives it something slightly different. And then obviously the river is so peaceful. Yeah, an amazing place. How lucky did we get with our spot as well? Just on the side of the river. And a lot of this path is eroded. This actually used to be a path, but I'm guessing when the river levels rise, a lot of erosion occurs. But I'm just gonna chill out and enjoy this view, have my breakfast, and then I'll pack up the tent. Well, that's us packed everything up and we're on the move again. As always, we've left no trace. We've left that spot nice and clean and tidy so that the next people who come along and find it have somewhere clean and tidy to camp. And we've now got a really peaceful walk back through the glen amongst the trees. Amazing. And it's actually a really nice day. There's blue skies everywhere and the sun is hidden by the trees, but it's just over there. But yeah, I love these sort of forested areas in the Cairngorms. And I think we're following this for maybe about 3 miles. Just so peaceful. Well, we can see all the way down Glen Feshie now. Pretty amazing. And these were the mountains we were on yesterday. Don't know if you can tell, but it's pretty windy today. We've just come from that direction on a really good path. I'd imagine the high tops will be even more windy. But this place is amazing. I remember Glen Feshie from last time. It's just so open, so vast. And all these trees just add something to it, I think. An amazing place. Well, I'm just going to enjoy this last stretch back to the car, and what a camp this has been. The weather on the mountains was pretty dodgy yesterday, but once we dropped down into the glen, it's just been, I think peaceful is the best word. I've really enjoyed it. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe. All that good stuff really helps the channel out, and I'll catch you on the next adventure.